goes for 62. Wake up to a trade today. We got Rozier now headed on his way to Miami. They get rid of Kyle Lowry. He's probably get bought out, end up back in Toronto, retiring, something of the sorts. A lot going on. Both those dogs in those games yesterday covered. Charlotte even won it outright. The Suns, they were down, I believe, as much as 23 points. 21. They come all the way back. Kevin Durant hits the game winner. Tough shot. A lot going on, John. A lot to unpack from yesterday. How you doing?
Okay, let's start with Phoenix coming back in a big way for the second time in the last 4 games. They've won 6 in a row now. KD 40+ in his last 2, looking like vintage KD.
Yep.
Not covering, just 2-3-1 in the last 6 that they've won, but 2 tremendous comebacks. And to have them both in the span of 4 days, Sacramento was a 32-8 run, I believe, to end the game, and then to come back from 21 down against the Bulls last night. So Phoenix trying to get themselves in playoff contention. Still don't see them in that top tier where we got Denver Clippers, OKC, all 3 of those teams playing tonight. We'll get into those games in a little bit. As far as Cat getting 62, head coach Finch came out and he was not happy about it.
Not at all.
He said they disrespected the game by trying to force feed him the ball. Even if true, and it is, don't know if that's the right thing to say. Minnesota goes and blows. I think they had an 18-point lead and blow that game in the fourth quarter to the Charlotte Hornets. Guys, remember the trends. We talked about it yesterday. Charlotte, 6-1-1 against the spread the last 8 meetings against the Timberwolves. They go in and beat them outright on the night that Cat gets 62 to dampen that up a little bit. Edwards was horrible. If you listen to us and you're a Massa Edge member, you know we had Edwards questionable because of an illness going into the game, and he played like he was sick. Cat took over the reins, and again, just get 62 and lose. Embiid 70, they don't lose, but they didn't cover either. So some crazy NBA last night. We had 4 unders. It wound up being. No, sides are solid right now. And these 13, 14-point games, they just been tough to deal with a lot of those games. Split off 4 sides. We saw the Cavs shoot the lights out to get there.
8 straight.
Merrill, do you know who he is? Well, he shot 8 for 13 from 3. They shot 53% from 3-point range, over 50% from the field. I mean, just stupid numbers, and that's why that game went over. The other game that went over, let me see here. Which one was it? Was the other game that only game we went over. We don't go over a lot, but we went over in the Milwaukee game. And Lillard come with another dud, 4 for 15. Giannis under 50%. Detroit was a disaster. These teams that usually score in bunches didn't get it done last night. So we settled for a 2-2 on the totals last night. We've got one total. We'll tell you about it once we get started today.
Yeah, we can go ahead and dive on in really quick, guys. If you could, like, comment, subscribe below. Help us pick this thing up a little bit. And, let's go ahead and start diving into these NBA slates. Going to try to make these a bit quicker for you guys, bit of a quicker watch. Nuggets at Indiana. Top game on the card. Nuggets been taking care of business on this trip. They lose at Philly, win at Boston, get a win at Washington. Jokic has a big game in that one. Then you have this Indiana team who comes off a tough loss there to Phoenix to round out a trip. Siakam, he fouled out there in a second game with the Pacers. Halliburton, he's questionable tonight.
No, he is out, Ben, and he's going to miss the next 3 games. They're looking for him to return Sunday. That's the update on Halliburton.
Appreciate that update. Missed that. So we do have no Halliburton tonight. Bigger number there now, up to 5.5. We'll see what Indiana has. Denver's won the last 7 meetings, just 4-3 against the spread. Pacers did cover the last 2 in Indy. And this is going to be interesting to see, if Halliburton starts missing more and more time. He's actually been pretty banged up on and off the injury report this season. How much will this addition of Siakam help with that? So going to get a first glance, a bit of that tonight. This would be a lean here to Denver without Halliburton, though.
Yeah. To me, it's just go under. We've been doing this, just betting against betting the under in Pacer games when Halliburton's out. We'll continue to do that today. It's just a different team without Halliburton running the engine. They just went on this. They're coming back off this West Coast trip. Always tough to come back. Only 1 day off. You like to get 2 days off when you come back to trip. So 1 day off from a what do we got here? A 6-game in 10-day trip. And now you'll be without the keys to your engine, basically. And Halliburton, he's going to be out, like I said, till Sunday. So Pacers, 6 of their last 7 games went under at an average of 234 in the last 5. But only where the hell am I? Give me 1 second, guys. But only one of those 7 games went over even 234. As for the Nuggets, only one of their last 6 games has gone over 238. The last 2 games going under at an average of 209.5. This number is insane. I might even press this total a little bit. I don't like to go. I always go bigger on sides. I don't go as big on totals. But this could be one I could press a little bit without Halliburton coming back off the West Coast trip. Denver plays D. This is an under.
Then we got Knicks at the Nets. This is one of our 2 in-city rivalries we have going on tonight. Knicks playing pretty good ball, coming off a big win there against the Raptors. You had Randall with the triple-double. They are going to be a bit missing size. They've had Mitchell Robinson out for some time. Hartenstein, he's doubtful tonight, so that's 2 of your big men. We'll see what they look like a bit smaller. Luckily, Brooklyn, one of your smaller teams. They do have Claxton, obviously. Brooklyn coming off another loss. This one just absolutely disgusting. They give up a 22-0 run to the Clippers in the 4th to end the game. As 10.5 point dogs, they blow that, lose it by 11, can't cover. As far as the matchup history, Nets were owning this matchup in the KD Kyrie era. Since that trade, though, since they got rid of both those guys, Knicks have won the last 3 meetings by an average of 20.3 points, been pure dominance. The missing size does worry me a little bit tonight. Could be worth a look at some props there for guys like Josh Hart and Julius Randle as far as the rebounds go. But so this is Knicks or nothing. 2 teams trending opposite directions. No interest in backing Brooklyn. And Knicks been making some statements in this series since.
Yeah, look, Knicks definitely playing great basketball since the OG trade, holding teams down to 100.7 points per game, and they're 9-2 in those 11 games. But really shorthanded now up front. As Ben said, Robinson's been out. You'll be without Hartenstein. So you're going to be looking at Ochoa and Jericho Sims as your 2 bigs tonight. I'm imagining Randall will even play a little at the big spot also. That being said, Knicks are doing their winning. Brooklyn losing to blow the game at Babe Blue. Not only blow the game in L.A. to the Clippers, to lose by double digits, incredible. And they're in the same position as Indy. Come back off the West Coast trip, only 1 day to get your bearings right. Even with that being said, I think the number is the right number here. You get Knicks are a 4-point favorite. Now, look, it's always different home and away when it's Knicks, Nets. Remember, these 2 teams share New York City. This is a bus ride over to the stadium. There's no planes. There's no unpacking. None of that. All of that stuff that goes into travel. So when you have my away ratings and my road ratings, you cut it a little different. Also, the fan base, you'll have a lot of Knicks fans in the Brooklyn Stadium, so you cut that rating. And we're going to talk about the other cross-town rivalry, or actually same stadium rivalry in a bit. But so the numbers are a little tighter in this one. Would lean to the Knicks a little bit just because they're playing so good, just because the Nets are playing so bad. But I feel the number's fair.
Yeah, Hartenstein in this last 10-game stretch, he is second to only Anunoby in their plus-minus, plus 149, averages 14 rebounds a game in that stretch. So definitely going to be a bit of a loss tonight.
Boards, exactly. That's huge. I think he's got double-digit boards in every game in January except one.
Nope. So someone else is going to have to pick those up. Could be worth a look prop wise.
And we're a little too late if we were going to press our under bet as they're starting to hit the Pacers now, going down to 238. But go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, next matchup, Jazz at the Pelicans. Jazz been playing red hot basketball. They've now dropped 2 in a row, but they cover the last one in a 1-point loss at Houston in overtime. Clarkson had a big game. That makes them now 12-4, 13-3 against the spread. Their last 16, 7-1 against the spread. Their last 8 on the road. Pelicans, they're coming off a nice little game there. They're coming off a loss to Phoenix. They're now just, 3-6 against the spread their last 9 home games. They had that after the big win against Charlotte. This is matchup history favors Utah big time. They've covered all 3 meetings this year. They've dominated the matchup. Would be a look here to Utah or nothing. Would want a bit more on the number. No interest in laying points to the Pelicans at home right now.
No, definitely not laying the Pelicans in this series, as Jazz has covered all 3 this year, and they've been a covering machine against Pelicans. Pelicans, just every time we think they're ready to take that next step up there, they do some bad stuff, and then last was just getting blown out by Phoenix. So this number, I may be a tinge higher on this game, but because of the matchup history, have to bring the number back a little bit. This is a fair number. Got to see what the Jazz are like on the road now. We know what they can do at home. They've been great at home. Before this red hot streak, they beat some bad teams on the road. Now they just went to Houston, who hasn't been playing great either lately, and struggled in an overtime game and take that out. Let's see what they can do on the road at New Orleans. 6.5, right about the right number here.
Then we have the biggest favorite of the day, Oklahoma City Thunder, a big favorite for a good reason over this Blazers team. Blazers been playing decent ball lately, covering, but not on the road. They're just 1-11, 3-9 against the spread. Last 12 on the road. Thunder 15-12, 14-3 against the spread. Their last 17 at home. If that wasn't enough as far as the road away splits against the spread, Thunder 10 straight wins in this matchup, 9-1 against the spread. And the last one was just the 5th largest win in NBA history. Beat them by 62 points earlier in January. So Thunder have their number, to say the least. Portland can't get it done on the road. OKC's killing everybody at home. This would only be the Thunder. Big number here, but could only look at the Thunder in this one. No interest in the Blazers.
No interest in the Blazers in this one. Just tough to bet. If this is own. We always get the question, is it a own? Is it a revenge? This would be revenge. I mean, this is the 5th biggest beatdown. Not only that, they also abused them in Portland, 134-91. So 2 beatdowns this year, 62 and 43 points. 2 games by 105 points. Look, OKC also plays at San Antonio tomorrow. They've got a lot of guys out there that they'll throw on the court once they get a big lead in this game. So will Portland try to come with a game, not to get embarrassed? Absolutely. I cannot take this game the way Oklahoma City has dominated this. Even though they have a game tomorrow in a normal spot, you take a big 13, 14 point number. The team's got a game tomorrow. You say, okay, maybe they pull the dogs off. So this might be maybe a OKC first half bet if you guys want to play it like that, but no interest in Portland here. They have been absolutely horrible. I think it's 1-11. Their last 12 on the road, and having covered 8 of the last 9.
And then last game on the card, the other in-city rivalry matchup, Lakers at the Clippers. Lakers coming off a win against the Blazers. Not saying much. Blazers aren't doing much on the road. Russell, he had a big game there. Story of this game, no LeBron James tonight for the Lakers. So we'll see. Apparently it's an ankle issue. We'll see how long lasting it is. And then you have Clippers coming off that crazy finish to cover against the Nets on Sunday. Westbrook, he had a big game off the bench. Matchup history, we touched on it yesterday. Lakers, they win the last 2 meetings both this season so far. Clippers, though, had won the prior 11. I am not a big prop guy, but this is a prop I absolutely love tonight in this game. Lakers, no LeBron James. D'Angelo Russell, last 5 games, averaging over 27 points. He's plus 800 for a 30-point game tonight. Without LeBron, the way he's been playing, I see no reason why not to have a chance there. Plus 800, a lot of value on D'Angelo Russell tonight. We'll be looking at that too.
I'm not a prop guy either, Ben, but I think that's a fantastic shot for a plus 800. That doesn't even sound right.
Yep.
Plus 800 sounds right if LeBron was playing.
Yeah.
Look, here's a game we had circled, and we talked about it yesterday. We were dying to bet the Clippers today. We figured this number would come up somewhere between 3 to 4 to maybe even 4.5. Remember, the last time they played, this game came up 2 and it ran to 5, and Clippers lost outright. Now, they play in the same building. All they do is say who the home team is here, and today it's the Clippers being home. But there's no different edge in the home field. For my Massa Edge members, you're going to use the home rating on both these teams and both playing in LA. So then the home ratings only give the Clippers a 3.4 home advantage, but there's double revenge here. This is the spot that the Clippers would come to get their revenge on the Lakers. But again, no LeBron, blows the number way out. This game has got to 9.5 now. Big number. I don't know that Clippers come out with the same ferocity they would with if LeBron was in the game. Look, they came out sleepwalking in that Sunday game against Brooklyn. Took until the fourth quarter to wake up. They are one of the best teams. I've got them, Denver, as the top 2 teams in the West. So this game, 9.5, maybe a little bit high. I went from looking to lay the Clips to maybe a little bit high. You got to win by double digits. We'll see what kind of fight. One stat I do want to tell you guys about. The Laker games actually go higher with LeBron out. With LeBron in the lineup, well, let's say it this way. All Laker games average 230.4 points per game. With LeBron out, the 4 games he's missed, they average 238.3 points per game. And that's LeBron pounding that ball, slowing it up a little bit. So just to give you guys an idea, there's going to be more points scored, and you can see by the total in this game. This total opened 228 yesterday, up as high as 234.5 at Circa right now. 9.5, just a little too high. We would love this game. This was a circle game for us. We'd lost both games earlier this season. So this is a game we were hoping for some payback. No LeBron will stay off this one.
Yeah, no LeBron, numbers a bit steep. This could be a game. No Zubac means a lot as well, with Anthony Davis maybe getting a bit more focus as well without LeBron in there. That is the short 5-game NBA card we have going on today. We'll be back tomorrow, as always, getting these up to you guys by 1 o'clock Eastern, trying to speed these up just a little bit. Make sure you guys check us out on Instagram. We're there live now Mondays and Fridays. We'll be there at noon Eastern. And make sure you come back Friday for a little bit of conference championships as well. John, I don't know if you have anything else to add in here.
Yeah, one NFL bet so far for the weekend. Really like this spot. Instagram, we used to do every day. I guess we're going to try less being more. Come Mondays and Fridays, we'll go on for a little bit. We want you guys to interact, especially my members. If you've got any questions, anything about the ratings, those are the time. We welcome you guys to tap in and ask your questions or make your statements. That's the time to interact with us. Also, you can leave your questions on here and we'll address them. And I know we keep saying we're going to do a segment on making the line. We are going to do that. I hope to shoot that later this afternoon. If it's not this afternoon, it definitely will be by Thursday. So I hope you guys will watch that.
Make sure you guys come back around for that. Like, comment, subscribe below. Check out the app Massa Edge or go to the Massa Edge website. Appreciate you tuning in. Let's make some money.
Let's make some money.